What is up, Marowskis? It is me, SuperModedGamers, and welcome back to another video. Today, I made 6 new Minecraft structures that should be in-game. 2 for the end, 2 for the nether, and 2 for the overworld. And bosses and items to go along with them. So we're going to start off with the easiest structure today, and build our way up to the hardest right under my feet. So without further ado, don't forget to like and subscribe, eat a cookie, and leave a comment on the upcoming videos. On the upcoming video I'm gonna make just for comments only. So watch out for that on some of these items that I should add to the YTSMP. Thanks, and enjoy the video. So first of the structures we're going to be starting off with are the end structures. They're easily the easiest. So first off, we have the Endermite hive, which will spawn, not spawned, in the end rim islands where the end cities spawn. So first to mention, whenever you come to the end, first of all, you will notice that big structure up there that we will get to next. That is going to be our next structure, the end temple. But after you beat the dragon and everything, try to excavate your way to the bottom of the end islands, and you'll find some stained glass panes. It looks like, but this is actually a new ore block thing that I added, voidite. So it spawn there. So in the end, there's an increased spawn chance. In the overworld, there's a 1% chance per chunk that a 1 vein will spawn in place of bedrock. At the bottom of the end, 20%. There's a 10% chance in the overworld. In the end, it's a 20% chance per chunk. So if I turned on chunk borders, you will see there's only 1 per chunk. So chunk. Sometimes you'll find a fair bit. Sometimes you'll only find 1. Hard to tell, but yeah, like here's some more here. But yeah, you're gonna want that later, because another boss here does drop it, but we're gonna be getting to that last. And it only spawns in the main end island, not the end city rim. So let's head on in here to show off our next structure, as you can see right here. The Endermite Den. It normally should spawn around your portal-ish area, pretty far away from end cities or any chorus fruit. It won't spawn in chorus fruit areas. There will be a ton of shulkers, as you can see. Shulker. You're a shulker. You're a shulker box. So there's going to be shulker boxes, endermite spawners, and actual shulkers in this. And the boss of it will be the Endermite Matriarch, which will be our first mini boss. 1 structure will spawn with a mini boss, 1 with an actual full-fledged boss. So let's take this thing on. So you're gonna have to navigate through the shulkers at the entrance. They won't spawn in the Matriarch's lair. So down at the bottom, I'm just gonna wail on these dudes. I'm not gonna worry about dodging the bullets, because I have full netherite on. This is kind of, okay, here's the Matriarch coming at us, hot and heavy. So it will have 100% knockback resistance, so you cannot knock it back. It normally won't be floating, so I'm probably gonna want to not get levitated. And, I don't have a pickaxe. So they will chase you out of the lair. Yeah, just handle all the endermites that come at you. I'm not sure if this is the Matriarch, but all of them will come out of the lair at you. That was not the Matriarch. Okay, so the shulkers are also very annoying to deal with, because they will be levitating you, especially if you're outside of the lair. Because they will cause heavy fall damage to you. So yeah, just do ring around a rosy with them. And is this? Nope, this is not the matriarch. So just eliminate all the spawners as you come by them. This is a shulker box. Okay, so yeah, take out all the spawners immediately. So yeah, this is by far the easiest structure because all that are going to be spawning are endermites. Now I'm not sure where the matriarch went. We may have killed it, or it may have died to a shulker because they will fight. But yeah, that's pretty much it. There's no loot in this structure. Every structure besides this one has loot. The shulker box, silver's coarse fruit for you to gather up if you really want it. So there won't normally be torches. Well, yeah. I mean, there will normally be torches on the spawners from any past adventurers who tried to stop the spawners who didn't have a pickaxe like me originally. So yeah, shulker boxes have absolutely nothing. So that's sad. You can gather up coarse flowers, coarse fruit, whatever you want. But that's it for the endermite layer. I feel like, the reason why I wanted to make this is because endermites are heavily underused mobs. And this would be a pretty practical structure to come to the end, I feel like. So this structure is very plain, the end temple. It will spawn up on the top, like pretty close to world height. 160 blocks up, pretty close to world height. So you're gonna have to build up here. Very barren, no decorations or anything. No special mobs inside until you enter in survival mode. The boss will spawn. You have 2 ender chests and a little altar-like thing, I would say it is. But the boss in here does not mess around. Okay, so in here, in survival, the Ender Guard will spawn. So he is like any Enderman you come across, and will not be hostile until you look at it or attack it. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. From time to time, to activate this altar, you're gonna need to fight the Ender Guard. But yeah, from time to time, most of the time when it teleports, it'll teleport to the bottom, so you're gonna have to go all the way down to actually have to fight it. Okay, yep, so he is down here. He will constantly attack on you. He also has 100 health, no knockback, but unlike the matriarch, has a lot of armor, and will actually go into multiple stages, aka 2 stages. An Enderman, and then a Shulker. So, to kind of get a breather, just stare at him like all Endermen, and he'll stop moving. So yeah, this dude's much harder than the Endite matriarch. It will only drop an Ender Pearl, for first wave, but you're gonna have to go back up to the top, and it'll spawn in the second stage. Okay, so I went back up to the temple, and he teleported down. Here is stage 2 of the Ender Guardian. So he is gonna transform into a shulker that you're just gonna want to strike. He is a white shulker, so he's unique. He's an albino shulker. I don't know why he's white, don't ask me. What do you mean I created these dudes? Nah. Fine. What the heck? It's going ham. Yeah, literally. Sometimes they just go so whack. The shulker bullets. Like, they spin around you. And just like, okay, nice. We took out him in the second stage, so he is now dead. He is down now completely. And I have a lot of levitation, so I may die to this spawn. I ducked out. So now you're gonna want to climb all the way back up to the temple. Okay, so once you make it back up here, make sure you have a dragon egg, 1 ancient debris, 1 voidite ingot, which we'll get to later, and a block of diamond. So, place the dragon egg in there. You have to do it in this order. Ancient debris, Voidite and block of diamond, and then drop a gnopple on it, and then once you've given it a little bit, check. There's nothing in here now, and check into each chest, and you will see a enchanted dragon egg, dragon's wrath. This is a weapon. You can place it down as a dragon egg again, but I would not recommend it because you wasted your Voidite ingot, block of diamond, and ancient debris on it, so I would not recommend. Okay, so I just forgot to record the last clip on me testing out the Dragon's Wrath. If I didn't record me getting it, you get it by once you place down the blocks, look in your chest, blah blah blah. So let's try it out on a stack of zombie pigmen. It has Smite 3, Sharpness 10, Bane of Arthropods 5, Fire Aspect 3, and Silk Touch. So you can mine like grass and stuff with it. I got a chicken jockey. Now I feel bad. And now let's punch on one of these dudes. And they'll all come after me. So, yeah, this is a very good weapon, especially because you can spam it, and it's unbreakable. Wouldn't recommend placing it down though, because yeah, then you lose the mighty dragon's wrath, and then especially I would not recommend using it because he spent a whole voidite ingot on this, and yeah, voidite's pretty valuable. So I can literally just run circles around all these scrubs, and and start wrecking them, because this has smite, and sharpness, so it will deal sharpness damage and smite damage, and just like that, no survivors. The next structure, first nether structure, is the Piglin Village. So this spawns right next to, if not in, Warp Forests. Has a big watchtower, ribcage of something. The mini boss of this, he left his house, is the Piglin Chieftain, who has a nice weapon waiting for you, and inside his giant chief building. I don't know what they're called, don't ask me. So let's try it out. So, I'll ignore the babies, they're innocent. Over here, we have the Piglin Chieftain. Yeah, he has a pretty strong weapon that he will use against you. There's like skeleton horses over there. Yeah, this dude's okay. So we've set our spawn point. So we're not gonna want this chieftain touching us. He took the sword. Okay, that's a very bad decision because he dropped his netherite warhammer, which is pretty slow. You cannot use it until the chieftain's dead, even if he does drop it. So, yeah. You can attack it, but it won't deal nothing. So this dude has 200 health. If he doesn't pick up the Warhammer, he packs quite a punch. I gotta say. Ein. Yeah, he's still strong. As you can see, this has so much stuff. So many buffs. Including a -2 attack speed. And, so much attack damage. Ow. So he but also he will drop something else that's pretty nice when you take this dude out. He has 200 hit points and a fair bit of armor on, full gold armor, so you're gonna want to like break that. But we took him out, dropped the sword he picked up, which I don't really care about, and some ancient debris and gold ingots and the warhammer. So we have this netherite warhammer in hand. As you can see, it should only be in hand, but it's in any slot. You get a -2 attack speed, but 15 attack damage, and it's much quicker than a regular axe. Plus, it acts as a regular axe, but yeah. As you can see, because piglins don't have that much health, but we are one-tapping most of these dudes. So if we explore village, the chieftain's room has nether gold in it as well. Campfires, little room setup, some lava rivers. There were hoglins over there, but I think the piglins got their way with them. Hello, anybody home? Apparently, they probably went out, like, hunting or something. But you will find a small cavern, filled with lava. You're gonna want some fire resistance. So, fire resistance in hand, you're gonna want to drink that, and this will lead you into the cavern of the lava monsters. So, it's a bit of a drop, but as you can see, you're greeted by the welcome committee. Yeah, the lava monsters are magma cubes, with, like, Blaze is riding them. You're gonna want to attack the, you're gonna want to attack where the smoke and fire is coming from, on top. And that's how you're gonna want to take out the main threatening part of the magma monsters. So yeah. I'm just gonna go into creative to go down here because I don't have to give myself fire resistance again. So I'm just gonna stay in creative because these dudes are very annoying to fight. So when you come down, you're gonna see sometimes they have magma cubes under them, but most of the time they're just smoke. So you're gonna want to strike them. They will drop blaze rods. If you have your netherite warhammer on hand, it's pretty easy to take these dudes out. This is an OP weapon. But they're just kind of an Easter egg part of this mini boss structure. But the main part of the nether is I forgot what I was gonna say. You'll find a little farther away from this. So the boss structure of the nether is the netherite forge, the ruined netherite forge, where it will spawn thousands of blocks away from your portal. I built these, so it's pretty close to my portal. Don't mind that. It will come with 2 mobs, the boss, and just regular mobs. So the first mob we're going to encounter is the living forge. There are a ton of these dudes. You can just farm them at the entrance because they're wither skeletons, but yeah, they pack a punch. They have mostly netherite armor on, but they are very strong. And if you were actually to end, they have 40 health, no knockback, so you can't knock them back, which is very annoying. There's a 0% chance they'll drop their armor, so you can't farm netherite armor off these dudes. And the structure will only spawn in your world once, because it has a lot of netherite in it for you taking, as well as one of the other structures, which we'll get to later. These dudes take a while to kill, but we took them out. There's a ton of blast furnaces, tons of ancient debris and other stuff, even some warped wood. I'm not sure why that would be there. And we have the boss, the netherite golem. It will guard this area. It actually has 3 stages you can consider. It's neutral, but once you attack it, yeah, you're in for a treat. So, yeah, you can just hide in the hallway, but for this nub, I'm gonna actually fight him in his arena. Yeah, you're just gonna want to kite him. He will damage your shield a lot, and he has 200 health in his first stage. Whenever you take him out, he will sever into the head and the body, which will transform, which will morph into other things. You can create this dude, which I'll say how to at the end of the video, and it won't attack you. But we took it out. Only drops iron and poppies like regular golems, but if you exit the forge, like you think, oh yay, I did it, it didn't drop anything, let's go gather some nether. Okay, so now I left the room, and I'm gonna come back in, and you'll see there are 2 new musketeers hanging around. So the head and the body, they will fight each other if they attack each other, because, okay, the body killed the head. Yeah, so he will roar, which is gonna be to your downside. So this dude also has 100 health, but, of course, is dead now. It does not drop anything. None of these dudes do, but you know, the entire structure made out of netherite is probably a good reason why they don't drop anything. So the next structure is pretty unique, the boss of it at least. It is the Forgotten Prison, our first overworld structure. So at the entrance you'll find an ancient debris lock and bars around it. You can just mine up the bars. Oh, yep, and I forgot to mention, most of the structure is made out of silverfish blocks. So inside, yeah, don't break any blocks, or you'll get a whole host of silverfish popping off. All the prison cells are made out of silverfish blocks, and there will be a zombie villager, a skeleton, and a zombie. So I'm gonna want to leave these nubs out of the prison because, yeah, there are a lot of silverfish. So it's mainly just the silverfish that you're gonna want to worry about. The prisoners, you don't have to worry about. Sometimes they'll spawn with custom items. I know sometimes vindicators can spawn iron. These will spawn pretty rarely in your world because the boss's loot will pretty good. Yeah, there are a lot of silverfish. So you're just gonna wanna watch out for that. So once you've taken out all the silverfish and prisoners, you're gonna wanna get a lot of splash or lingering potions of healing, because this boss is a doozy. You're not gonna want them for yourself. You're gonna want them for the boss. I don't know where exactly he went. Sometimes he'll hide. But I'm sure he will come out to fight us. Yep, okay. I see him in there. This boss is the Fallen Warden. So, yeah. Melee attacks don't do much against him. He has 2 axes, one of which is going to be the key, to... Come on, my spawns. So the main ability about this boss is, where is he? Here he is. 1, he stuns your shields, which is annoying. He's impervious to melee attacks and ranged attacks. What you're gonna want to do is yeet healing potions at him, because his armor has prot 100, so all that can damage him is healing potions. So preferably, I would make a hole in the ground, to trap this nubbin, because if you melee him, yes, okay, we trapped him. So you're gonna want to constantly yeet healing potions at him. So how am I gonna want to do? Let's get myself a random slab. So, what you're gonna probably do is that. So you're gonna want to get unique with how you do this. Yes, we can damage him here. So just constantly yeet splash potions or lingering potions of healing. And he will eventually die. He has 100 health. So you're gonna need to savor your potions, definitely. You're gonna need to have a melon farm or something to get this many healing potions. Because, yeah, this is gonna take a while. Okay, so to prove my point, I'm just in creative mode. With, oh my gosh, I'm missing badly. So how about this? Yeah, you're gonna really want to get creative. And, yeah, just get down and just constantly splash healing potions on this giant penis. We did it! Let's go! What is so special about his drop, may I add? It is a golden axe. That's all you killed him for, is a golden axe. Just kidding. You may notice a chest in the building, that let me show you, cannot open. With it, you can open it. And it is a very powerful drop. You get a trapper egg, 1 of them, and a mob spawn. So, what's so useful about these things? I'll show you. So I'm just going to go into creative to give myself a ton of these trapper eggs. So if we if we, okay, we need a okay. So if I eat this on, then we get a cow spawning on a cow. You can do this with anything, not any of the custom mobs, and not with a wither, ender dragon. What you can't do it with bosses or mini bosses, so you can't do it with the custom mobs, the ender dragon, the wither, or like the evoker, the elder guardian, all those dudes. You can't do it with them, and then you can use that with the spawner to get like infinite of that stuff. So, say I got a vindicator. Um, I would not recommend doing like a wolf spawner would be good. Um, I removed it, as you can see. I'm gonna put one trap right there, and oh, this dude is a well. You just confirmed your fate, so we'll do the same thing. Drop Vagon, and we have a vindicator spawning. So this is very OP. I will say. You can spawn. You can make a spawner of anything, except bosses and everything. But yeah, that's probably our most OP drop yet because you can do it with anything. Like let's look. What are some cool? Like you can get hoglins, hoglin shulkers. Are nice. Enderman would be good. Wither skeletons, probably one of the most useful things to use it for. Or Phantom Seed for infinite Phantom Membranes. If you do like a illager, like a pillager, say, with Bad Omen, you will get Bad Omen. But you know, you get infinite of that mob, so it's fun. And that brings us to our last mob. In the giant ancient debris castle that you will only find after you've beaten the Ender Dragon 3 times, the Wither 4 times, and 5 evokers and 6 elder guardians. And when you have full netherite armor and stuff. This is the end game structure. Because this boss is the most powerful out of them all. And also another way to get Voidite, which yeah, is pretty OP. The Fallen Kingdom. So yeah. When we enter, we're gonna be met by a whole ton of Fallen. So they're not fast at all. They're very slow. So you don't have to worry about these ones. These ones are kind of just like the dudes in the background. But they are okay hard. They have 50 health. And the thing about these ones on the first floor is this is not the last you have seen of them. Because the wise person would probably go up to the second floor and realize that these dudes have come back. They are now much faster, have much more health, and take no knockback, and deal a lot of damage. So, these are the actual Fallen. Yes, this is a tower defense reference. Don't blame me. I like the Fallen. They are good mobs. And by good I mean bad for you. I'm gonna just shut up, and fight these dudes. So we have 75 health now. Okay, as you can see, we've taken out one, but we're dead. Okay, so, right back at it with these fallen scrubs. Okay, they will drop slowness arrows and stuff. They'll just come at you with a vengeance. Yeah, these dudes are the weakest. There are 4 mobs in this dungeon. Okay, there's one dude left, but he is in the water. Fine, he's not in the water anymore. Yeah, the no knockback is annoying. Highly annoying. So if we go in here, yep, the rest of them are still alive. I'll handle this. And you will notice they have, like, amulets on, kind of. You can see under their, I don't know what's on their head. Yeah. That they have amulets, that's what revives them when you first kill them, but they will not have that ability when they get revived. Whenever you come upstairs, you will notice there are a lot of seats, probably for all those fallen dudes. 3 It looks like withers, but made out of bone blocks with skeleton skulls on top, and a giant netherite throne. I did not respawn. I did not know respawn anchors did. There's a ton of respawn anchors on top of it. But yeah, I wrecked the throne a little doing that because yeah, apparently respawn anchors blow up in the overworld. So I wrecked the first front row of seats. But you'll notice also there's a skeleton skull on top of the throne, or you're taking. And once you break that, after you've destroyed the skull, you will notice those bone structures over there have been turned into iron golems, but they are actually bone golems. You can kind of tell because it's kind of like a iron golem structure. Let's just hit all these because they're neutral. They're pretty strong. They're basically an iron golem, just a little upgraded. They have 150 health instead of 100 health, so they're gonna be a little stronger than your average. So I'm just gonna mess on with one. You can see the cracks are starting to form. It's good. You can go down into the stairway. These dudes are not smart, so they don't know how to use stairs. What can you expect? We're made out of bone. Once they're defeated, the second wave will come. Okay, so you can see 2 more dudes have spawned. These 2 wither skellies. Max is wondering about this video. Max, when you're watching this, this is the video that I'm talking to you about on Skype. So these dudes are equipped with tridents. Will still wither you. And are pretty strong. Their heads get stuck on here, which is very nice. Because it's nice for kiting. Most of these dudes have a weakness. Just for lols, I will break this ancient debris so that they can come down so that we can have a fair fight. I'm not all about fair fights, but you know it'll have to do. I think I should probably flee outside because these ding-dongs will continue to pursue me. Oh yeah, I didn't realize that they can. Ow! Get outside. Ow, I'm withering. Ow. Ow. Yeah, so these are the 2 guardians of the king itself. No, Max, it's not the SMP Season 2 vote. I don't know what we would be voting about anyway. It is about the SMP, so, you know. Yeah, just kite them because they're not the quickest. They just pack a major punch with these tridents, so I'll be back when I take these nubs out. While we're at it, don't subscribe to my channel and don't subscribe to Max's because he just told me to tell them to subscribe to both our channels just to tick them off, but do it. Subscribe to both our channels for upcoming SMP videos. They may include some of these mobs. 1 down! And they've both been slain. Now that you killed them, head on up to the throne room and you will find the final boss. Now the last part of this multi-wave boss fight is the king himself. So if you get a little too close, yeah, he's fast. Very, very fast and deals a ton of damage. Holy cow. Yeah, that's his weapon. That gives him most of speed buffs and everything. You will notice he has some voidite shards in his hand. And he boasts 200 health. And OP armor. He will drop his weapon, Voidite Claymore. Yeah. This is pretty, it's a pretty powerful weapon, I gotta say. But yeah, we'll be back when I take this dude out. I've gone into creative mode because this dude, he broke all my armor. My armor's almost broken. And just to show you, he is a very strong. And this is only his first stage. That took like a long time of be bashing him in the head in creative mode. He dropped 20 Voidite shards, which overall that means we can craft 2 Voidite ingots. I will tell you next how to craft Voidite ingots, and the Voidite Claymore. So this makes you very fast. Like very, very fast. It has a regular sword's attack speed. So now a question you've all been asking for the whole video. How do you craft Voidite? So I made some adjustments to the Claymore, by the way. You get minus speed and a little more attack because it's a giant Claymore. You should attack a little slower. But here is going to be the process to how you make Voidite. So first, you're going to want to get your hands on some bedrock. So how do you get bedrock, you may ask? You're going to want to get some ancient debris and a Voidite shard. So if you drop one ancient debris and one Voidite shard, and it goes straight into your inventory, one bedrock right into your inventory. So it instant replay-ify. Boom, second bedrock. Okay, so now with your bedrock, you are going to want to craft. So let's start off with a Voidite chestplate. Oh, you're going to need a diamond chestplate. And turn that into netherite, because Voidite itself is not really that durable. It's made out of kind of the same materials as glass, so if you have the tooltip, it'll say glass under it, because it's not really that durable on its own. So you're going to need it to combine it with netherite if you're going to want to do this. So now you are going to want to drop 1, 2, and you'll get a Voidite ingot. So you're going to want to drop 2 shards to get an 2. And with that, you will get your hardened Voidite. So 2 Voidite shards together gets you 1 hardened Voidite. So like I was just saying, it's not really that durable on its own or strong. So to make your ingot, you're going to want to drop 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 1, 2. And you get a Voidite ingot. Now, you're going to want to drop it on this with your netherite armor or weapon and your Voidite chest plate or whatever piece of armor. Voidite is the strongest material combined with netherite. It will make the strongest material. I'm going to eat all this, but that is the end for today's video. You can use that same process for every single Voidite item. I'll show you what items there are before I end off the video. So, all these items. Not a block of netherite. So Voidite Claymore is the best weapon. There's the full Voidite set. I'll go into survival. So you get a little bit of a speed boost, 1 extra heart with armor. You have your Voidite shield, which gives you knockback resistance and strength. Combined with your Voidite Claymore, you get still 1 heart and a little slower, but you deal a ton of damage because this also increases your armor. Your attack damage. Voidite pickaxe, luck, and attack speed, and the axe width. Both of these mine a little quicker than bedrock, and you can spam these, but they don't deal much damage. But yeah, a little quicker than regular netherite stuff. You can enchant this, which is really useful. And we have Voidite shards, Voidite, all that stuff, all the bosses and mobs and everything. So leave a comment what you want me to add to the YT SMP out of this. Some items I will not permit because some of them are too OP and some of them won't work on the SMP like Voidite. I'm sorry, I'm not adding Voidite to the SMP. But yeah, I think that is where we are going to wrap up today's video. So don't forget to like and subscribe, check out the upcoming comments video, and we will see you guys next time. Peace, everybody.